Where is it? India is a country in Asia that is mainly a peninsula. Pakistan, China, Nepal, and Bhutan lie along India's northern border. Bangladesh and Myanmar lie to the east of India, and just south of India is the land of nation Sri Lanka. To the southwest of India is the Arabian Sea. To the southeast is the Bay of Bengal. India also includes islands such as the Andaman Island and the Nicobar Island. The capital of India is New Delhi, which is part of Delhi. Delhi is a very old city, but New Delhi was built in the early 1900s. At the time, India was part of the British Empire. The city was constructed to be the capital of British India. Delhi is a complex maze of small streets with crowded bazaars, while New Delhi has spacious avenues and modern shopping centers. Delhi and its suburbs are now a huge metropolitan region of more than 20 million people, and New Delhi is only a small part of this large urban area. Delhi and another large city in India, Mumbai, are racing each other for the title of the country's largest city. The city population grows in size, and the number rises each year. Mumbai was known as Bombay due to British inability to pronounce Mumbai, but in 1995 the name was changed to return to the original pronunciation. Mumbai has been called the Gateway of India because it's a large fort, and the city has a monument by the same name. This monument was built at the entrance to Harbour to to Harbour in 1911 to celebrate the first visit to India by British monarchs. At that time, India was a British colony. About 40 years later, India gained its freedom. The British government officials left at the same gate. Mumbai lies on an island in the Arabian Sea off the west coast of mainland India. People with more than 1.2 billion people, India ranks second only to China in population, and India's people continues to grow. There are many large cities in India, but the majority of India's people still live in towns and villages. In India's people, wait, Let's live in towns and villages in the countryside. Most rural do not have the indoor plumbing, and about half do not have electricity. Indian society is to be divided into classes that are made up the caste system. In this system, people have to follow strict rules depending on their social group. Each group has its own tradition, law, food, custom, and ways of making a living. People of lower caste were treated terribly by other castes. Today, even though the caste system is illegal, it still has a powerful influence on society. However, the people in India make their living from agriculture. They raise cattle, water buffalo, and other animals. In many parts of India, it is illegal to kill a cow for meat. In Hinduism and some other religions practiced in India, cows are considered sacred. They use for cattle for plowing their fields and transportation. Other animals, such as sheep, goats, and chicken, are raised for meat. India also grows many crops for consumption and export. The largest crops in India are rice, wheat, sorghum, along with spices and vegetables. People all over the country buy fresh produce daily. Because India has such a large population, it has been hard for the country electricity supplies to keep up with the demand. Power outrage the traditional rationing or the limited use of power at certain times. Wait a minute, yeah, are very common in city. In addition, average incomes are among the world's lowest and many of the country's people live in poverty. At the same time, however, many people in India are highly educated and work in science and technology industry. Land. The Himalayas form India's northern border. These mountains are the highest in the world and separate India from, from the rest of Asia. Thus, India is often called a subcontinent. A low-lying plain called Indo-Gangetic plain stretches from across northern India. This rich land was formed long ago as rivers continuously flooded and left sediment behind. The Ganges River lies in the northern part of India. In Hinduism, the Ganges is a sacred river. Hindus from all over India travel to the water to enter its waters. South of Indo-Gangetic Plains lies the Deccan Plateau. This wasteland takes up more than half of India and includes low hills as well as coastal areas. Many people live on the Deccan Plateau because it has rich soil and a climate just right for growing crops. Throughout the western part of India, the land becomes drier to form the Thar Desert. The centuries of this region constantly shift. Most of India has three seasons: hot and dry, hot and wet, and cool and dry. The hot and dry season lasts from March until May possible and brings high temperatures, strong winds, and a storm. The hot and wet season is known as the monsoon season. Beginning in May or June, strong winds from the south bring very heavy rains that fall in the afternoon on most days. About three-fourths of India's yearly precipitation usually fall during this season. In some years, the monsoon season brings flooding to many parts of the country. By late October, the rains stop and the weather becomes cool and dry. Celebration. People in India celebrate many special days. On October 2nd, people celebrate the birthday of Mohandas Gandhi, who Indians to independence from the British. People attend prayer service to ceremony to honor the father of the nation. Diwali, the festival of lights, lasts for 5 days in autumn each year. During this time, people light small candles, shoot firecrackers, and give sweets to friends and family. People across the faith have ties to Diwali. Holi is a spring celebration known as a festival of colors, was a Hindu holiday now celebrated by many religions and people. During Holi, people celebrate at the end of the winter by throwing colored water and powder on each other at each other. It can be messy, but at the end of the day, everyone bathes and put their clean white clothes. August 15 is India's Independence Day. On this day, the Indian people celebrate their independence from Great Britain in 1947. People often fly colorful kites that symbolize freedom. History. India's civilization is very old. By about 321 BC, people living in the land now known as India were mostly united under one ruler. In the CE 700, several Muslim empires invaded and one set up a kingdom around Delhi. Muslim rule lasted until the 1600s, and one Muslim ruler, the Shah Jahan, left behind one of India's most famous landmarks, the Taj Mahal. This beautiful building is a mausoleum for the Shah's wife after she died. Also during this time, Europeans began to explore the world. In 1498, the Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama sailed to India, and by 1858, the British Empire took over what became India. Around 1920, Mohandas Gandhi joined the resistance against British rule, but not with violence. Gandhi showed that non-violent protest could make a difference. Independence for India took 27 years. Independence for India. The country became a free democracy in 1947. Since independence, India has faced complete conflict and population concern. Despite this concern, they have made positive changes. India elected its first woman Prime Minister, Indira Gandhi, in 1966. 41 years later, 2007, it is like a first woman president. Animals. India's wildlife includes many species, including large cats. In fact, India is the only country in the world with lions and tigers in the wild. India is It is the home of two kinds of leopards, while both types belong with Australia. The snow leopard on the Himalayas is far scarier. One of India's most famous reptiles is the cobra, a poisonous snake known for spreading its hood when it feels threatened. When it feels threatened because the hunt mice and rats, which live close to humans, the cobra does something by people. The Indian elephant was once prized for its strength and had to clear many forests in India. People use elephants to lift loads and transport crops and people. Today, some Indians still use elephants to help them with their work. White elephants are found in most regions of India. They are threatened by habitat loss along the Bay of Bengal. The mangrove forests in the swampy Sundarban provide a unique habitat for many people. The Sundarban is home to the sea turtle, shark, and crocodiles. It also hosts home of Bengal tigers. The tigers actually swim in the swamp waters to catch prey. A male Bengal can grow up to 3 meters in length and weighs as much as 30 kilograms. Conclusion: India is a large country filled with people and various animals. The country has facilities such as feeding and housing its population while protecting its amazing natural beauty. At the same time, India remains an important player of the world stage.
Good job. We can try again. Click on